Assalamualaikum guys, my name is Programmer 11 Short Transfer Academy. I'm 13-year-old living to prediction and this is my conversation with Miles in which I'm gonna ask him some questions about ways to overcome negative self-talk. So let's start.
Cool, babe. Long time no talk. What's on your mind today?
Okay, today I'm gonna ask you some questions about ways to overcome negative self-talk. Are you ready?
Bring it on. I'm always up for a good mental workout. Hit me
Okay.
with your best shot.
So first I'm gonna ask you some
All right, I'm all ears.
understanding the problem question. So my first question is what is negative self-talk and how does it affect your mental health?
Ooh, good question. Negative self-talk is like that annoying inner voice we all have sometimes, the one that whispers doubts, criticisms, and anxieties. It's that voice telling you you're not good enough, smart enough, or interesting enough. It ain't exactly a confidence booster, let me tell you. This constant barrage of negativity can really take a toll on your mental health. It can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even depression. It can zap your motivation, make it hard to focus, and make you feel totally isolated. Think of it like this. If you had a friend who constantly put you down, you wouldn't hang around them, right? The same kindness and respect from yourself. You still there, Quibit? You all right? Sometimes my words
Okay,
can be a
nice.
bit
My next
much.
question
Maybe I laid it on
is
too thick
what
there.
are common phrases of thought or thoughts associated with negative self talk?
You got it. Okay, so you want to know what that inner critic sounds like, huh? It can be pretty crafty, disguising itself in different voices. Here are some common phrases those negativity ninjas tend to throw around. I'm such a failure. I can never do anything right. Everyone's better than me. I'm not good enough. I'm going to screw this up. Nobody likes me. I'm a total mess. Why even bother trying? Sound familiar? Sound familiar?
Yes, my next question is how can negative
Sound
self
familiar?
talk impact your confidence and decision making?
That's a great point, Michael, babe. I think of it this way. Bombarded with negative messages about yourself, it's going to chip away at your confidence, right? That's like trying to build a sandcastle during a hurricane. It's tough to get anything solid going. When you doubt your abilities and constantly second guess yourself, it makes it harder to take risks, speak up, or go after what you want. It can even lead to analysis paralysis, where you overthink every little thing and end up not making a decision at all. You become afraid to fail, so you don't even try. And that's a recipe for stagnation. It's important to remember that your thoughts are just thoughts. They're not facts. Don't let that inner critic steal your thunder.
Okay, nice. My next question is
You
how
seem
can
pensive,
negative
Quibit.
talks impact your confidence and decision making?
You asking again is smart. That means it's important, right? Think of it this way. Negative thoughts are like little gremlins that love to mess with your mojo. They whisper doubts, magnify your fears, and make you question your every move. When you're bombarded with negativity, it's hard to trust your judgment. You start second guessing yourself, wondering if you're good enough, smart enough, or capable enough. This can lead to playing it safe, avoiding challenges, and missing out on opportunities. Think of it like being stuck in a rut. You want to drive forward, but those gremlins are telling you the road ahead is full of potholes and dead ends. You know deep down you can handle it, but that negative self-talk keeps you. Building confidence and trusting your instincts requires silencing those gremlins. It's about recognizing those negative thoughts for what they are, just thoughts, and actively choosing to focus on the positive. It's a practice, for sure, but like anything worth doing, it gets easier with time. Something on your mind?
Okay, nice.
You're
My next
quiet?
question is why do people often believe their negative thoughts more than positive ones?
Now that's a good question. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? You'd think we'd gravitate towards the good stuff, right? The feel good vibes, the confidence boost. But nope, those pesky negative thoughts often seem to have a much louder voice. First, our brains are hardwired for survival. Think back to our caveman days. Negative thoughts, like that rustling in the bushes, could be a saber-toothed tiger, were crucial for staying alive. The negativity kept us alert and cautious, which was pretty important back then. But in today's world, those same instincts can work against us. That internal alarm system that's always scanning for danger is easily triggered by things like, social anxiety, work stress, or even just a bad hair day. Second, we tend to focus on what's wrong It's called negativity bias. Our brains are more attuned to negative experiences because they're often more unexpected or threatening. A compliment might make us feel good for a bit, but a critique can stick with us for days. It's just how our brains are wired. It takes conscious effort to rewire those pathways and give those positive thoughts the spotlight they deserve. Finally, sometimes we fall into the trap of believing negative thoughts because they feel familiar, like an old comfy sweater, even if it's kind of tattered. We've worn those thoughts for so long that they feel like part of us. But just because something feels familiar doesn't mean it's true or serving us well. You good? You seem lost in thought.
Nice. My next question is: can childhood experiences contribute to patterns of negative self-talk?
You
Talk.
bet you bet they can, Babe. Our childhood experiences, especially the early ones, shape our beliefs about ourselves and the world. Think of it like this: our brains are like sponges soaking up everything around us. If we grow up in an environment where we're constantly criticized, belittled, or made to feel inadequate, those messages can get ingrained in our subconscious. And just like a melody we've heard a million times, those negative patterns of thinking can play on repeat throughout our lives without us even realizing it. It's not about blaming our parents or caregivers, because they were probably doing the best they could with their own baggage. But understanding the role of childhood experiences can be a powerful first step in breaking free from those limiting beliefs and rewriting our inner narrative. You all right there, Kubib? You seem like you're holding back.
Okay, nice. My next topic is identifying negative self-talk. So my next question is: what are some signs that you are engaging in negative self-talk?
Gotcha. Um, it's easy to miss those sneak attacks from our inner critic if we're not paying attention. Recognizing the patterns can be half the battle, because then you know what you're dealing with. Here are some signs to watch out for: catastrophizing. You've got that worst case scenario movie playing in your head on repeat. Every little setback becomes a full blown disaster. Black and white thinking. Everything is either perfect or a total failure. There's no middle ground. Personalizing. You blame yourself for things that are outside your control, even when there's no logic to it. Overgeneralizing. One mistake means you're a total screw up, right? Like, I messed up that presentation, so I'm clearly terrible at public speaking. Mind reading. You assume you know what other people are thinking, and it's usually something negative. Should statements. You're constantly telling yourself what you should or shouldn't be doing, feeling guilty or inadequate when you don't measure up. Labeling yourself. You slap negative labels on yourself: loser, failures, stupid. Often these become a way of explaining everything that happens. Do any of these sound familiar? You're awfully quiet. Anything landing for you on that list? Don't be afraid.
Okay,
Share.
nice. My next question is: how can journaling help you recognize negative thinking patterns?
Journaling. I love a good brain dump. Think of your journal as a trusty sidekick, a safe space where you can spill all your thoughts and feelings without judgment. It's like having a conversation with yourself, except you get to be both the listener and the talker. Here's how journaling can help you snip out those negative thinking patterns. It creates awareness. When you put your thoughts down on paper, you start to see them more objectively. It's like shining a spotlight on those sneaky negative thoughts that lurk in the shadows of your mind. It helps you identify recurring themes. By regularly journaling, you might notice recurring patterns or triggers that lead to negative thoughts. Maybe certain people, places, or situations tend to set you off. Recognizing these triggers is the first step to developing coping strategies. It allows for emotional processing. Writing about your experiences, both good and bad, can help you process your emotions in a healthy way. Bottling things up only amplifies negative thinking. It promotes self-compassion. When you write about your struggles, you can start to treat yourself with more kindness and understanding. Remember, you're human, and everyone experiences negative thoughts sometimes. So grab a notebook, find a cozy spot, and give it a try. You might be surprised at what you discover. Seems like you're deep in thought again. Got something on your mind about journaling? Fire away.
Okay, nice. My next question. Wait a minute. Okay, my next question is: what role does self-awareness play in stopping negative thoughts?
Self-awareness is like having a trusty radar system when it comes to negative thinking. Without it, you're sailing on autopilot, letting those thoughts steer you in directions you don't really want to go. So, how does it work? Think of it like this. Imagine you're walking down a path in the woods, and suddenly you realize you've been going in circles. If you aren't paying attention, you could keep wandering in the wrong direction for who knows how long. But with self-awareness, you realize you're going in circles and can make a conscious choice to change course. Here's how self-awareness helps. Recognizing the thought, you become aware of the negative thoughts as they pop up, instead of letting them run wild. You see them for what they are, thoughts, not facts. So, identifying triggers self awareness helps you understand what situations, people, or even physical sensations tend to trigger those negative thought spirals. Are you more critical of yourself after a stressful day? Do certain environments make your self doubt creep in? Analyzing thought patterns, you start to notice recurring thoughts and themes, which can reveal deeper beliefs or unmet needs driving the negativity. Do you always assume the worst will happen? Are you afraid of failure or judgment? Choosing a different response. With self awareness, you create that space between the thought appearing and your reaction to it. That tiny pause allows you to choose a more helpful response instead of reacting on autopilot. That's the power of self awareness. It's not about stopping thoughts completely, because they'll always be there. It's about being present, observant, and taking charge of how you respond. Sometimes silence is the best answer. It gives us a chance to really process what we've been talking about, let it settle in. What's going through your mind right now? Don't feel like you have to fill the void if you need a moment to think.
Okay, nice. My next question is, how does comparing yourself to others fuel negative self talk?
The old comparison game. We've all played it, right? It's like looking at everyone else's highlight reel and comparing it to our behind the scenes bloopers. Nobody truly wins in this game, trust me. Here's the thing about comparing yourself to others. It fuels this monster called negative self-talk. It's like your inner critic gets a megaphone and starts whispering venom in your ear. It sets unrealistic expectations. You see someone crushing it on Instagram, traveling the world, or seemingly leading a perfect life, and suddenly your own accomplishments feel tiny. It's forgetting that people usually only show the good parts, not the struggles, the doubts, the days they feel like giving up too. It distorts your perspective. When you're constantly comparing, you lose sight of your own unique journey. Everyone has their own timeline, their own strengths, their own definition of success. Your path might look different, but that doesn't make it less valid. It feeds your inner critic. That little voice in your head starts piping up with nasty comments. Look at them, they're so much better than you. Or, you'll never be that successful. This kind of thinking chips away your self esteem and can hold you back from pursuing your own dreams. Remember, Kubabe, comparison is the thief of joy. It takes away from your ability to appreciate your own progress and celebrate your unique talents. Instead of comparing, try focusing on your own journey. Mute the voices that don't serve you and amplify the ones that encourage you to grow and thrive. You got this. You're quiet over there. You still digesting all that? Who knows? Maybe comparisons are floating around in your head right now. If
Okay,
that's the
nice. My next
case, don't
question is,
don't
how
sweat it.
can
We
journaling
all.
help you recognize think? Oh, sorry. My next question is, how does sorry. My next question is, what are cognitive distractions and how do they relate to negative self talks?
Ah, playing tricks again, huh? Trying to figure out exactly the right question before you say it out loud. I get it. Sometimes the words just won't cooperate. Now, those cognitive distortions you mentioned, think of them like glitches in your mental software. They're these common thought patterns that twist your perception of reality, making things seem worse than they actually are. They often fuel negative self talk. Act like a detective, all or nothing thinking, seeing things in black and white. Either you're a complete success or a total failure. No room for the gray areas. Think. I bombed that presentation. I'm a complete idiot. Mind reading, assuming you know what others are thinking, and it's usually negative. Think. They must think I'm boring without actually knowing the truth. Overgeneralization, drawing sweeping conclusions based on one event. Think. I failed this one test. I'm never going to graduate. Catastrophizing. Always imagining the worst case scenario. Think. If I don't get this job, my life is over. Labeling. Assigning yourself negative labels based on your mistakes. Think. I'm a loser instead of I made a mistake. These are just a few examples, and everyone falls prey to them sometimes. How they relate to negative self talk? Well, these distortions are like the fuel that keeps the fire of negativity burning. They provide the ammunition those negative thoughts need to take hold and grow stronger. Recognizing these distortions is the first step to combating them. By calling them out, questioning their validity, and replacing them with more balanced thoughts, you can weaken our hold on critic. Something hanging in the air, cool babe. Something unspoken. It's okay to be quiet. Sometimes The
Okay,
best conversations
nice.
are the
My
ones
next
where
topic is
we
building
let the
positive
silence do the
habits. So
talking.
my next
Take your
question
time,
is, how
no pressure.
can affirmations help in overcoming negative self-talks?
Affirmations and how they can tackle those pesky negative thoughts. Think of affirmations as your own personal cheerleading squad cheering you on from the sidelines of your mind. They're positive statements that challenge those negative thoughts and replace them with empowering beliefs. How do they work? It's subtler than just chanting positive things into the mirror, I promise. Mindset shift. Affirmations help to reframe your thinking patterns. Repeatedly saying something like, I am capable or I'm worthy, can gradually chip away at those ingrained negative beliefs, making them less powerful. Self compassion. Affirmations can be a powerful way to practice self compassion. Instead of beating yourself up for a mistake, say, I am learning and growing, and I forgive myself. Motivation boost. Affirmations can fuel your motivation and encourage you to take positive actions. Saying I am capable of achieving my goals can give you that extra push you need. The key is to choose affirmations that resonate with you personally and to say them with conviction. You can write them down, repeat them throughout the day, or even record yourself saying them and listen to the recording. Remember, changing your thought patterns takes time and effort, so be patient with yourself. Think of it like training for a marathon. You wouldn't expect to run 26.2 miles on your first try, right? It takes consistent effort and practice. The same goes for rewiring your thinking. Over time, those affirmations can become a powerful force for positive change, helping you silence that inner critic and a compassionate inner voice. You know, sometimes the quietest moments are the most insightful. Just letting the thoughts simmer and settle can lead to some serious breakthroughs. What's swirling around in your head right now? No need to rush. I'm here to listen when you're ready. It's okay, cool, babe. No
Okay,
pressure.
nice.
Let
My
those
next
thoughts.
question is, in what way does gratitude reduce negative thinking?
You know, that's a great question. Gratitude is like a superpower that works across the board, but let's break it down a bit further. Think of gratitude as a lens you put on your experience. It shifts your focus from what's lacking to what you already have, from the negative to the positive. Mental well being, gratitude consistently shows up as a major player in reducing stress, anxiety, and depression. When you focus on the good things, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, those feel good hormones that lift your mood and build resilience against negativity. Relationships. Expressing gratitude strengthens your bonds with others. It makes people feel seen, appreciated, and loved. Think about the simple act of saying thank you. It goes a long way in fostering connection and positive emotions. Physical health. Believe it or not, gratitude can even have a ripple effect on your physical health. Studies show a link between gratitude and better sleep, improved immune function, and even a lower risk of heart disease. Workplace gratitude can boost productivity, teamwork, and job satisfaction. When people feel appreciated and valued, they're more likely to be engaged, creative, and committed to their work. Overall life satisfaction. People who practice gratitude tend to have a more optimistic outlook on life. They're better able to find meaning and purpose even in difficult times. So, no matter what area of your life you're looking to improve, gratitude could be your secret weapon. Start small. Maybe jot down 3 things you're thankful for each day, or express your appreciation to someone who's made a difference in your life. It's like a domino effect. The more you practice gratitude, the more it spreads. You seem like you've got something on your mind, Kobe. Don't worry, you don't have to figure everything out right now. Just let it simmer for a bit.
Yeah.
I'm here to listen whenever you're ready to
Okay,
share.
nice. My next question is,
You know, sometimes a simple
what are the benefits of talking to yourself like you would talk to a friend? Okay, guys, this was my
you know, that's a great
I'll
question,
wait.
and one that gets to the heart of self-compassion.
Okay, guys, this was my conversation with Miles. I hope you learned anything. I hope you enjoyed it, and this was my conversation with Miles. So, Allah Hafiz, everyone.